Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Red Dirt Designs. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple stencil with an inkjet printer and paper so you can do pictures like this on the canvas.
Red Dirt Designs. Invest in yourself.
As you can see, my current living situation has upgraded to a fifth wheel. We are in Cleburne, Texas currently. One of my favorite features about the Epson ET 2400 with the Wi-Fi is you can connect through the Wi-Fi with your cell phone, and I can print off the picture right off of my cell phone, and I do love that. And the fact that it has the ink where you can refill it without having to get the cartridges. We'll just start off by cutting out all the details that we want to start out with. Usually you go from like light to dark, or dark to light, anytime you do art. So on this in particular image, we're going with water-based because that's all I have right now. I'm not real familiar with water-based, so if I do something incorrectly, please feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm willing to learn. But this is the Wicked Reducer, and I got the opaque black. So we'll start off by cutting out the details we want to start out with. So generally I'll go from darkest points to the lightest, and I'll work my way out. So I'll usually start with the eye sockets and the nose and some of these really dark crevices. Now you want to hang on to these pieces because you never know if you're going to need them later, so don't lose them. I'm just going to tuck them under here since it's kind of windy outside, so I don't lose it. And I'll leave these connected, and all you got to do is lift up, and you can airbrush a bit of black right in here. Because really all you're doing with this is a stenciling technique to find out where you want to put little details. Basically, you're just doing this for reference. These give you reference points. You do a lot of your airbrushing freehand. It gives it more of a natural, realistic look. I'm not even going to do the bottom jaw. I'm just going to show you guys the top. So we'll just do this top part. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the whole outer part of this skull. Depends on what color you're doing, and you really need to figure out how you're going to do the whole thing overall before you get too far. You know, you don't want to cut something out you didn't mean to cut out, but that's also why you keep the pieces. If you enjoy what you see, make sure you hit that like button. I'm going to use some of this automotive masking tape. It's made for this. It doesn't leave residue, and it doesn't stick quite as, hard as regular tape. I'm going to use that to stick this down. And since it chopped off the top of the head, we can use this to our advantage to tape it down and also build a round skull. One of my biggest complaints about water-based is normally one coat would almost literally cover this completely the way I'd like. With water-based, I notice it's taking several coats. It's almost like you have to do 3 or 4 coats to equal one coat of urethane. Now maybe I'm doing it wrong, I'm not sure, but it sure does go on a lot softer. It seems to be a lot harder to give it that realistic look. It looks a lot more cloudy. But like I said, I'm not real familiar with water-based. I've always used urethane. I've painted cars and motorcycles most of my life with it. So if any of you guys have any tips, I'm willing to learn. Please leave it in the comments. And also, if you have mastered water-based and urethane painting, which do you prefer? Please leave that in the comments. I'm very curious as to see what you guys prefer out there. And what do you guys use and what products? I want to check out what you guys are all using and see maybe if there's some better water-based products out there. And also, if you're wondering what I prefer, I love Urethane House of Color. I'm using a lot of different stencils for this part here. If you don't have them, it's fine. You can always just do a lot of these little textures with your airbrush. You can cut little holes in paper and make those little, like a stippling type technique. Dagger strokes, all that to make textures. But I'll have affiliate links to everything that I used in this video, so check them out. A lot of these stencils are amazing. They're great for doing bone textures. We'll zoom in on them here in a minute and I'll show you. Notice how keeping all the old pieces sure is coming in handy. I just keep going over it over and over and darkening everything. Because it's water-based, it takes a lot of coats. Alright, now I've got my urethane white, which I am more comfortable with, and we'll do some of the details.